Welcome to Girls Varsity Lacrosse on LTPS TV, Lawrence versus Steinert. Before we get started, we'll have a brief ceremony honoring the seniors.
Good evening, everyone. We would like to honor our 5 senior captains tonight by announcing them out to the field. Starting with number 15, Abby Crunchley. Abby is being escorted by her mom, dad, and brothers, Eddie and Ethan. Abby would like to thank Phillips and OG for literally teaching her how to play, as well as her amazing teammates, especially senior Sean, Barrett, Olivia, and Joelle, for making every season so much fun. Most of all, she likes to thank her family who continuously inspire and support her. Abby's favorite lacrosse memory, without a doubt, is Saturday morning practices with Will Phillips. Abby will be attending Rutgers University in the fall, where she will major in marketing. She will miss the team and wishes everyone the best of luck next year. Okay, next is number 14, Joelle D'Angelo. Joey is being escorted by her mom, dad, and brother Colin. Next fall, Joey will be attending Montclair State University to play soccer and study sports psychology. Her favorite memories include counting all the times Sean has fallen during the past 4 seasons. Joey would like to thank all her amazing coaches, teachers, teammates, friends, and family for the support on whatever field or match she is conquering. Advice to underclassmen: embrace pressure and rise above it. There's nothing you can't handle. Lastly, August, no break! Okay, next is number 18, Sean Hone. Sean is being escorted by her parents and her siblings, Maddox, Zoe, Daryl, and including her sister's boyfriend, Brendan. Sean would like to thank her teammates for making the season so fun and wants to thank OG and Phillips for introducing her to a new sport and teaching her how to play. She would also like to thank her friends and family for supporting her at games. Her favorite memories include the rides to the games or coffee runs after practice. Sean is committed to TCNJ and will be studying psychology. She wishes the best of luck to the girls next year. Okay, next is number 23, Barrett Miller. Barrett is being escorted by her mom, Cindy, and dad, Tim. Barrett will be attending the University of Delaware next year and majoring in exercise science. Her favorite lacrosse memory is beating Hightstown her sophomore year and winning the first round of MCTs for the first time, or beating the white team during practice. She would like to thank her team, her coaches, Philip and OG, and her teammates for pushing her to be better and making this experience for the past 4 years so much fun. She would also like to thank her fellow seniors for such fun ride and can't believe it's almost over. Bear wants to thank her parents as well for driving her to practices and games and supporting her unconditionally. A piece of advice to underclassmen is the game isn't over till it's over, and to never give up because you never know what can happen. She's going to miss everyone next year and is so excited to keep killing it the rest of the season together. Okay, next is number 19, Olivia Shella. Olivia is being escorted by her mom, Marta, and her dad, Wojtek, and her sister, Kaya. She is going to Rutgers and is majoring in exercise science to become a PA. Her favorite lacrosse memory from this year was when Joelle and Izzy started singing on the bus because we had no music. She would like to thank her parents, coaches, and especially her teammates for always making lacrosse fun and having each other's backs. Advice to underclassmen: keep grinding hard. Thank you and congratulations to all our seniors on a great lacrosse career. We've made so many memories that we'll cherish forever. All of you have made a great impact on us as teammates and friends. Good luck tonight, and we will miss you.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Now the teams will take to the field for girls varsity lacrosse as Lawrence takes on Steinert here at Lawrence. Team's getting set to start the game. Ball's up in the air. Jessica Everman for Lawrence handling the centering duties. And right away, Sean Honey with the ball on the far side of the net. Now working her way towards center. She'll pass it over to Crutchley. Crutchley sends it forward. Now Lawrence working in towards the center. Can't quite get in there. Hoon will run it around behind the net. Now there's a pass. Coming out and around. Couldn't get the shot off. Now pass back behind the net. We'll try that once more. Still couldn't get that shot off. Go around the net one more time. And a whistle on the play will hold things up. And Honey will be putting the ball back into play. She'll run around behind the net. Looking for someone to pass to. Or waiting to draw one of the defenders out of position. Pass to the front. Shot on goal is deflected by Steinert goalie. That's Heidi Martz in goal for Steinert. Whistle on that play is going to turn the ball over to Steinert. Ferrara for Steinert with the ball. She'll pass it around behind the net. Mahone passes it forward up the sideline. Pass does not connect. Loose ball. That one's going to bounce out of bounds off of Steinert. It'll be Lawrence ball. Selza puts it into play. And Humphreys over there. Ball knocked loose. He tries to recover. Looks like Steinert's going to come up with this one. They can't get it either. Finally, Crutchley grabs a hold of it. Now Crutchley looking for a way in towards the goal. She'll pass it over to Everman. Everman weaving her way through the defenders. Couldn't quite get to the goal. She'll take it around behind the net. And around and back out the other side. Now pass inside. And can't get the shot off. Hoon will run around and shot on goal. Shawnee Hoon gets the first goal of the game as the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead over the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So Everman will handle the centering duties for Lawrence. Ball goes up in the air and snagged by Shawnee Hoon, who's fired up by that last goal she just scored, looking to see if she can lead Lawrence into getting another one. Hoon over to D'Angelo. D'Angelo runs it in the middle, can't get the shot off. She'll drop it back to Simpson. Now Simpson running in towards the goal, a shot, and it's good as Simpson scores goal number 2. Giving Lawrence a 2-0 lead over the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
D'Angelo will be doing the centering duties. Both teams came into this game with a 3-4 record. Lawrence off to an early lead. If this is any indication how the game is going to go, it'll be a dominating win for Lawrence. Now, Ackerman sends the ball over to the side. That was passed back and forth. Everman on the charge. And whistle on the play. Referee making sure everyone's set up in their proper position for this penalty play. Now Everman moves to the top of the circle. Everman runs in, shot on goal is good, and Everman scores the third goal of the game for the Lawrence Cardinals, as they have been scoring early and often in this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
D'Angelo once again will handle the centering duties for Lawrence. Ball's up in the air and quickly snagged by Everman. Everman will make a pass forward to Simpson. Simpson tied up with the defense. She'll have to pass it back. Moved over to the other side of the field. Back again. Now back behind the goal will go. Lawrence moving the ball around smartly. Action starting to pick up a little bit. Oh, ball gets away. Whistle on the play. I believe that's going to be Steinert ball. Steinert on the far side of the field trying to work it up the sideline. Lawrence trying to stop him. Good breakaway run there by Steinert. Now team's catching up. And that pass is going to go out of bounds, turning possession back over to Lawrence. D'Angelo puts it back into play, and she'll run it down the near sideline. Spin move to get around the defender. Now pass over to center. Everman takes it closer to the goal. Now she'll hold up and wait for the rest of the team to get in position. Pass across the field, not successful, and that one's scooped up by Steinert. Ball gets away, still be Steinert ball. Now Steinert with a forward pass. That one doesn't connect. Lawrence trying to scoop it up. And there, we got the ball up off the ground. That's Kendall Jodoin over there with the ball. She passes it over to D'Angelo. D'Angelo sends it forward. Now Simpson with the ball. Simpson goes in towards the goal. And she'll go around the goal. Pass behind the goal over to Humphreys. Humphreys will drop it back to Everman, but a whistle on the play will hold things up. And Everman will pass it back over to D'Angelo. D'Angelo, well, it's moving around faster than I can give you the names, but it's going around the circle. Lawrence keeping the ball in play. Now here comes a run across the middle. Shot on goal does not connect. That was going to bounce wide. It'll be Lawrence ball. Now Lawrence once again brings the ball into play. Shot, and it's good. That was Shawnee Hone with, I believe, her second goal of the game, as Lawrence now goes to a 4-0 lead over the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
D'Angelo will be handling the centering duties again. Ball's up in the air. Loose ball, but picked up quickly by Everman. Everman on the far side of the field looking for someone to pass to. She'll find D'Angelo. D'Angelo over to Honey. Honey to Crutchley. Now Crutchley back to Krimmel. Krimmel's going to send it over to Honey. And they'll work it around the outside of the circle a few more times. Trying to draw Steinert Spartans out of position. Find an opening where they can go in for yet another goal. Now here's a drive toward the net. Shot is high. That one's going to go out of bounds. Lawrence ball. Lawrence on the far side of the field. Now working it around the circle. Here's a drive up the middle. Shot is deflected. And Steinert will come up with the ball if they can hold on to it. They can't, and Lawrence gets it back. That's Krimmel who comes up with the ball in the backfield. Ball now moving around quite quickly from player to player as Lawrence works the circle. Now here's a drive towards the goal. That one's aborted. And another drive in towards the goal, but that time foul called. And it looks like D'Angelo will be taking a penalty play. D'Angelo runs in, shot, and it's good as D'Angelo gets another goal for the Lawrence Cardinals as they now lead 5-0 over the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
D'Angelo back at center. Referee brings the ball in. They'll get things set up and let it fly. Ball's up in the air. D'Angelo almost got that one. It's going to bounce free. Still waiting for someone to get a hold of it. And it's going to be Everman on the far side of the field picking up the ball. She's going to run with it. And now she'll drop it back to D'Angelo. D'Angelo working in towards another goal. Too many defenders there. She'll drop it back to Crutchley. Crutchley over to Honey. Honey sends it over to Everman. Now Everman driving in towards the goal. Can't get the shot off. She'll drop it back. And it's Simpson going in for a shot. And she makes it. Simpson gets the 6th goal of the game for the Lawrence Cardinals as they are showing their strength against the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Well, senior night certainly has fired up the Lady Cardinals here as they have been going on a scoring spree. There, ball goes up in the air. And it's going to be Everman coming up with it. No, Everman does not get it. That one's going to be turned over to Steinert. Now Steinert running it down the far sideline. That one's going to be a Steinert ball. Steinert once again working towards the Lawrence goal. Hoping to try and close that gap a little bit. Steinert will take it around behind the net. Izzy DePaz in goal for Lawrence. About the first action she's seen the whole game. Steinert working the passing game. Now here's a drive in towards the goal. That one's going to pass around behind it. Here's a drive in towards the goal. Shot, and that was deflected by DePaz. And Shawnee Honey is going to come up with it again. She sends it forward to Everman. I'm sorry, that was not Everman, that was D'Angelo. Well, Lawrence moving the ball all around the field. Now heading in towards the goal. And it's a shot and a goal by Abby Crutchley. Cardinals now go up to a 7-0 lead over the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Well, with just under 12 minutes left in this first period, the Cardinals are firmly in control of this game as they win the center and once again head down towards that Steinert goal. Now Lawrence holding the ball out near the top of the circle. They're working around from player to player. See if they can't break through this Steinert defense one more time for yet another goal. Cardinals definitely have good ball control. This passing game is taking Steinert by surprise, I believe. Steinert has tried to match them at the other end of the field, but unable to do so. Now, pass inside. Everman goes in, and it's another goal for Lawrence. I lost track of how many Everman has scored, but it's definitely been a good day for the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Yeah, a little over 10 minutes left in this first period of play. Cardinals find themselves with an 8-point lead as they have been dominating the first portion of this game. Ball's up in the air. And once again, it's the Cardinals with the ball. They'll streak down towards the Ewing goal. And they'll run it around behind the net. Heidi Martz in goal for Steinert has been under fire quite a lot today. Well, that pass is blocked by Martz. She can't hang on to it, though. And D'Angelo comes up with it. We'll work the ball around to the top of the circle. Now, right around the circle we go again. There's a pass to the side. Now running it across the top of the circle. Drive is anticipated and blocked by Steinert, but penalty on the play. And Julia Krimmel will have a penalty play. Krimmel goes in, it's a shot, and it's fielded by Heidi Martz. Steinert pass is tipped away. And whistle on the play. It'll be a Steinert ball. Ball knocked free by Lawrence, but recovered by Steinert. Now Steinert on the attack. That pass is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a Lawrence ball. Now Lawrence brings the ball back into play. I believe that's Barrett Miller. She'll send the ball out towards midfield, where it's picked up by Haley Jodoin. She'll send the ball further up the field. And Lawrence will go back to working that circle game with the ball. Lawrence moving the ball around behind the net. Now they'll bring it back out towards the far sideline. And drop it further back. Now across to the top of the circle. And that pass gets away, but is quickly recovered. Now Lawrence works it back into the end and around behind the net once more. Over to the far side of the field. Now Lawrence has broken their formation of the circle. And in towards the net. Now that didn't work. Pass it and try it again. Steinert defense holding tough. Lawrence will drop back and reset. Now drive inside. That was thwarted. They'll bring it back out, move it around some more. Now here's a drive inside, shot on goal, but the whistle's going to sound just before the goal was shot, so no goal. Everman's going to be getting a penalty play. Everman runs in towards the goal. There's a shot, and that one does not find its mark. It's going to be out of bounds. Lawrence ball. Now Lawrence working the ball around the top of the circle. Now drop it back and behind the net. Now breaking pattern. Here's a drive towards the goal, and that shot is deflected by Heidi Martz. She'll send the ball up the field. And we've got Engel on the move with the ball. She can't hang on to it. Lawrence comes up with it. And it's Everman with the ball. She passes forward. And Honey is going to take it around behind the net. And Lawrence will go back to their passing game. Less than 5 minutes left in this first period. And Lawrence Lady Cards are up 8-0 over the Steinert Spartans. And apparently in complete control of this game. Now Lawrence still working the circle. Change of direction. And now they'll break formation. Moving the ball around a little more. Waiting to see who's going to go in to take a shot. Lawrence will drop back and go into that circle formation again. Now they've broken formation. Ball gets away from Lawrence. Recovered by Lawrence, though. That was Julia Krimmel who recovered the ball down there. And we got a whistle on the play. That'll hold things up for a moment. And that call's going to go against Lawrence. It'll be a Steinert ball. Now Steinert moving the ball away from their goal. Can't hang on to it though, and it's quickly scooped up. Well, not scooped up. Knocked out of bounds by Lawrence. I believe that'll be a Steinert ball. Steinert tied up on the sideline. That was going to go back to Steinert. That'll turn the possession over to Lawrence. Lawrence running it across the field. Now looking for a forward pass. Instead, she'll just run it forward. Lawrence working the ball around the circle some more. Pass into the end. Now back around behind the net. Once again to the top of the circle. Steinert gets a stick on the ball. Interrupts the pass. It's going to be Steinert ball. Forward pass is successful for Steinert, and they will head towards the Lawrence goal. Now Steinert working around the circle. Here's a drive inside. Instead, she'll pass it behind the net. Now run around behind the net. And shot on goal is not successful, as Izzy DePaz is going to keep it out. Lawrence now sends the ball the other direction, but that one does not connect with anyone. It's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Steinert ball. Steinert working towards the Lawrence goal. Here's a pass up the middle. The shot is wide, but recovered by Steinert. 8 seconds left on the clock. See if Steinert can get a shot off here. And time will run out on Steinert for the first half. So at the end of the first period of play, your Lawrence Cardinals lead 8-0 over the Steinert Spartans. Stay tuned for the rest of this exciting girls varsity lacrosse match.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And so we will move into the second period of play. This girls varsity lacrosse meet, as your Lawrence Cardinals are currently leading over the Steinert Spartans with a score of 8-0. Referee making sure everybody's ready. And Joelle D'Angelo will step into center for Lawrence again. Up the ball goes. And that one's going to be scooped up by Everman. Ball sent forward. Now run it back around behind the net. Now bring it out and working it around the circle. This strategy was very successful in the first half of the game. Let's see how the Spartans have adjusted to see if they can combat it. There's a drive that's thwarted by defense. Loose ball. And Cardinals will recover. Now back around behind the net. That was unsuccessful, but they'll back up and reset. Cardinals still in control of the ball. Now no one in control of the ball. Recovered by the Cardinals. Pass was a little short, but quickly fielded by Lawrence. Another incomplete pass, but recovered by Krimmel. Now Krimmel running it in towards the middle. She'll do a spin move. Get the pass off to D'Angelo. D'Angelo can't get the shot off. Ball's knocked free, and Steinert's going to come up with it. Steinert ball. Trouble getting that pass off, but now the ball moving forward. As Steinert goes on the attack, heading for the Lawrence goal. Steinert will drop it back, and they'll set up the circle. Steinert with a chance to try and even things up a little bit on the score, or at least make a dent in the deficit. That pass was unexpected, and Lawrence is right there to pounce as D'Angelo sprints down the left side of the field with the ball. She'll pass it off, and Honey takes it in. Could not get the shot off. And a whistle on the play. That's going to give Honey a penalty play. And Honey goes in for the shot, and it's good. First goal of the second half as Lawrence will extend their lead now to 9-0 against the Steinert Spartans.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Well, 21 minutes left on the clock. Cardinals still in control of this game, but now leading 9-0. And we've got D'Angelo out there for the center. The ball pops up in the air. And Everman's going to retrieve it. That one gets away. Whistle on the play is going to drop it back to Lawrence possession. Now Lawrence advances on the Steinert goal. Shot is just a little wide. Lawrence ball. Now pass behind the net. Another pass behind the net. Now Lawrence brings it out front. And that shot does not connect. Loose ball is going to be fielded by Lawrence. Now Lawrence runs it around. It's knocked free by Steinert. Whistle on that play. It's going to be Lawrence ball. And D'Angelo will be taking a penalty play. D'Angelo with a shot, and that was deflected. Recovered by Lawrence. Good stop by Heidi Martz to keep that one out of the net. Now Lawrence on the drive. Shot does not connect. Martz stops another one. It'll be Lawrence ball. Lawrence puts the ball back into play. Here's a drive inside, a shot, and Heidi Martz has really stepped up her game in this second half. She stops another one. Lawrence recovers the ball. Oh. Going to be held up by the referee for a moment, and then Lawrence will get the ball. Lawrence sends the ball out front. And they'll work it around that circle some more. Now back behind the net. Top of the circle. Yeah, back to the top of the net. Top of the circle. A shot on goal is good. And Megan Simpson just scored another goal for Lawrence. Will bring us up to 10-0. Lawrence over Steinert.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And once again, D'Angelo will be handling the centering duties for Lawrence. Ball up in the air. Referee calls that one back. We're going to line that up. Try it again. D'Angelo ready for the center. Up it goes. And that's going to be Steinert ball. Now Steinert advancing towards the Lawrence goal. Pass inside. Ball gets away. Recovered by Steinert. Now Steinert working it around behind the net. Izzy DePaz may be seeing some action here. Steinert seems determined to try and get in there and get at least one goal on the board. Now here's a drive inside, drop it back out. Another drive inside, a long pass back out. Steinert will keep it in bounds. Lawrence there trying to take it away. And referee finally has had enough of that. That'll be Steinert ball. Now Steinert running it in toward the net and stop and back off. Pass outside. Fake to run towards the middle. pass gets away, but quickly recovered. Steinert looking for a way in toward that goal. And she'll just run it around the back. Trying to run around and take a shot. Ball comes loose, and Lawrence comes away with it. Barrett Miller running down the field with the ball. That call goes against Steinert. It'll still be Lawrence ball. Now Miller with the ball. Now Lawrence brings it around behind the net. Back out. And Lawrence back to the circle game. Barrett takes a drive in. Can't get a shot off. She'll drop it back. Passed over to Honey. Honey sends it back into the end, and it'll work around behind the net. Now Miller comes out from behind the net. She'll turn. Oh, couldn't get the shot off. There's a whistle on that play. I believe Miller's going to get a penalty play here. Now Barrett Miller just waiting for the go-ahead. Here she goes. There's a shot, and that one is stopped by Martz. Another attempt stopped by Martz. Now Steinert trying to get the ball away from their goal. Steinert advancing it down the far sideline. Now they'll stop and set up. Here's a drive up the center, shot on goal, and that one's stopped. Loose ball. Steinert comes up with it. Steinert with a drive inside, couldn't get the shot off. Pass is going to run long. That'll be a Lawrence ball. Now Lawrence bringing the ball back out, trying to head down towards the Steinert goal. Lawrence tied up in the middle. She'll get the pass off. Now Lawrence will play it over to the far side of the field. Drop it back to center. And Lawrence will bring it over to the near side of the field. Once again, Lawrence working the circle. That pass does not connect. And Steinert comes up with it. Now Steinert streaking down the far sideline, heading towards the Lawrence goal. Ball sent outside there, and Steinert recovers it, now running it around behind the net. Loose ball. It's going to be Steinert who comes up with it. And now it's Lawrence ball. Lawrence ball once more. Lawrence will send it forward. Lawrence now going on the attack, heading down towards the Steinert goal. Lawrence tightening the circle around the Steinert goal. And work it around behind the net. Pass inside, shot. And that one is stopped by Heidi Martz, who has really stepped up her game in the second half. Steinert ball. At least it was till she ran out of bounds. It can be a little confusing with all the different colored lines. For this game, the pink line is the one that matters. This field is used for many different sports during the year. Now Lawrence in for the shot, and that was deflected as Martz once again steps up. Lawrence ball. Couldn't get the shot off, but good attempt there to run it in. And that will be Steinert ball. Drop back to Martz. Martz will send it over to the near side of the field. And it's Steinert on the run, trying to take it up towards the Lawrence goal. Laverty tried to put it in, couldn't quite get the shot off. But it's going to be Steinert ball. Whistle on the play. Let's see what that one is. It's still Steinert ball. And Belinsky will be taking the penalty play. Here goes Belinsky. Shot on goal is good as Steinert gets their first goal of the game. Belinsky with goal number 1 for Steinert. Score now 10-1 in favor of the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Once again, D'Angelo will handle the centering duties. Up the ball goes. And Steinert comes away with it. Steinert pumped up by that goal that they finally scored. Pass goes wide. I think that's going. She's recovered it very nicely, though. Now the ball over on the near side of the field. Pass back behind the net. Here's a drive around the front. We'll pass it out and run it back around behind the net. Pass gets away but quickly recovered. Another pass back behind the net. And Steinert will run it around the front. Couldn't get the shot off. Pass back. That's going to be Steinert ball. Steinert drops it back a little bit. Now, a shot from a long ways out. That one's going to bounce past the goal and out of bounds. Steinert ball. There's a pass behind the net. Now Steinert will drop it back and reset. Loose ball. And referee will stop that. It's going to be Steinert ball again. Now Steinert brings the ball into play. Try pass inside and shot and number 60 Schultz. Lawrence Schultz has scored the second goal of the game for the Steinert Spartans to bring the score now to 10-2 in favor of Lawrence.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So the second half of this game, definitely an improvement for the Spartans. Not only have they scored 2 goals, but goalie Heidi Martz has stepped up her game at blocking a lot of the goal attempts by Lawrence. Lawrence nevertheless still with an 8-point lead. Loose ball in the field, that's going to be declared Steinert ball. Steinert drops the ball, but recovers. A little too late. It's going to be Lawrence ball. Now Lawrence on the attack. D'Angelo over to Everman. Now Lawrence working that circle again. Here's a drive up the middle. That one didn't get through to the goal, but Krimble took it around behind the net. And D'Angelo puts that one in for the 11th goal of the game for Lawrence. Score now, Lawrence 11, Steinert 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So Lawrence answers right back after that goal from Steinert. Ball up in the air. And D'Angelo takes it down toward the goal. Shot is deflected by Martz. Ball picked up by Lawrence. Shot on goal. Martz stops another one. Now Lawrence will work it around the circle a bit. Lawrence will bring it out from behind the net. Still working the circle. Here's a drive in towards the goal. Shot, and it's good. That was Abby Crutchley who put that one in the net for Lawrence to make the score now 12-2 with only 1:20 left on the clock.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So with Lawrence up by 10 points and Only a minute 20 left on the clock. Some of the fans are leaving the stands and heading for home. D'Angelo will once again center it for Lawrence. Up it goes. And Everman comes up with it. Lawrence working around the circle. Will take it back behind the net and back out. Now here goes shot on goal. That one is stopped by Martz. Martz will pass the ball back out. And Steinert's going to send it up the field. Pass does not connect, and it's snagged by Lawrence. Whistle on the play. That'll be a Lawrence ball. Still a Lawrence ball. Shot on goal. That one's going to be deflected. Clock's going to tick away to 0. And there's the buzzer for the end of the game as your Lawrence Cardinals have defeated the Steinert Spartans with a score of 12-2. Outstanding performance by the Lady Cards. Tune in again next time for more exciting Cardinal sports action on LTPS TV.